I didn't yell. I didn't throw anything. I didn't even demand answers. I just stood there, staring at the screen, reading the messages she never thought I'd come across. He called her baby, and she called him mine. That was all it took. That was enough to shatter the image I had of her. Enough to destroy the part of me that still believed in her and in us. Without a word, I grabbed my keys and my wallet, then walked out the door. No dramatic exit, no yelling, just silence. She had already made her choice, and I respected it by quietly leaving. People say time heals, but that's a lie. Time doesn't heal. It just teaches you how to bury the pain deeper, how to wear it like a second skin, hiding it from the world. That first night I found myself crashing on a stranger's couch, a guy from work, someone I barely knew. He didn't ask questions. Maybe he saw the hurt in my eyes. I told him I just needed a place to stay for a bit. It didn't matter who knew or who cared. That night, I deleted her number. Not out of anger, but because I couldn't trust the effect hearing her voice would have on me. I needed to move on, even if it felt like tearing a piece of myself away. I moved to a new city, started fresh. I found a job renovating old houses. Something about breaking down old structures and rebuilding them felt oddly comforting. It was like fixing the broken parts of me piece by piece. But the hardest part was the nights, not because I missed her, but because I missed the woman I thought she was. There's a difference, you know, between missing someone and missing the person you thought they were. I didn't long for her laugh or her touch. I longed for the version of her that existed in my mind, the one who promised me a forever that now seemed like a distant dream. I never told anyone the truth, not my parents, not my closest friends. The weight of it felt too heavy to share, so I carried it alone. I didn't hate her, but I resented what she did to the part of me that believed in loyalty, in promises. And then, just as I was starting to feel whole again, she found me. It was a Saturday, the kind where I felt the weight of the week in my muscles. I had just finished a long day of work, sawdust in my hair, paint on my clothes, when I heard a car pull up behind me. I didn't think anything of it at first, but then I heard her voice. "Daniel." I froze. I didn't need to turn around. I knew exactly who it was. I didn't want to see her, but I did. There she was, standing in front of me, the woman who had shattered me, now herself shattered. She looked smaller, not physically, but emotionally, like a house whose foundation had cracked. I didn't speak right away. I just stood there looking at her. I let the silence hang in the air between us. "I've been looking for you for months," she said, her voice barely above a whisper. I shrugged. "You found me." She held up a photo, us, from a trip 2 years ago. We were both smiling, happy, a moment that once felt real. "I ruined everything," she said, voice breaking like the walls I used to rebuild. "I don't expect you to forgive me, but I needed to see you. I'm really sorry, Daniel." I wanted to scream, to demand answers, to ask why. Why did she throw everything away? Why did she destroy what we had? But I didn't. I just stood there, arms crossed, heart guarded, and let her speak. She told me that he left, that he never wanted anything serious, that the thrill wore off and all that was left was guilt. She said she thought she wanted more, but now she realized I was what she had wanted all along. Funny how people only realize what they had once they've ruined it. She started crying right there in front of me. She was a mess, but I didn't comfort her. I couldn't. She wasn't the woman I once knew, and I wasn't the man I was before. She begged me to let her explain, to meet for coffee, just to talk. For a moment, I almost gave in. I remembered how her voice used to sound when she was happy, and part of me still longed for that. But then I remembered. I didn't walk away because I stopped loving her. I walked away because she chose to stop loving me. I looked her in the eyes and said, "I spent a year rebuilding myself, and now you expect to come back like nothing happened?" She shook her head, tears streaming down her face. "I know something broke me." That hit me harder than anything else. She was broken, but not because she missed me. She was broken because she missed the version of me who forgave her every time, the version who believed in second chances. But that version of me was gone. "I wish you peace," I told her. I hope one day you'll learn to love someone without hurting them first." She cried harder, but I didn't offer her comfort. That wasn't my role anymore. She left quietly, just like I had a year ago. I walked back into my house, closed the door behind me, and leaned against it. My chest ached, but not because I still loved her. It hurt because I finally let go. Not of her, but of the pain, the need for answers, the version of me that couldn't move on. I didn't need closure anymore. I already found what I had been searching for all along. Peace.